Hello again. So if you're new to using a worm tower or otherwise small worm bin to make your own compost, you'll have no doubt seen lots of videos where people reduce the volume of the food scraps before they add them to the bin. And that might seem like a lot of work because normally you would just throw your scraps as they are into a large compost pile and they'll break down. But in a cold composting process like a worm bin, that doesn't really work very effectively at all. Now the scraps you're looking at here have been sitting in this tray for 3 to 4 months. What I did was I removed all of those scraps, added about 5 litres to this bucket and chopped them up with a garden shears. Now there's still a lot of moisture in these scraps, so what I then did was place them on top of a layer of cardboard which sits on top of the leaf and horse manure bedding, and then spread the scraps across the whole of the surface area of the tray. Now what you're going to see is those scraps about a week later, slightly less than a week, it's about 6 days later, and you can see that it's pretty much unrecognizable from what went in to the bin about 6 days ago. The worms have done a phenomenal job in breaking that down, and the key is the increase in the surface area, because by increasing the surface area of the scraps, the bacteria and fungi that break the scraps down have a much larger surface area to work on and to populate across. And of course, the more efficiently and effectively they work, the more efficiently and effectively the worms work, because the worms are eating the bacteria. You can this if you watch the last video, this is the very small bit of cardboard from the sump that I didn't bother removing worms from, and you can see the worms are still in there. They're obviously quite happy because they have a tray load of food they could move out to, but they've decided not to. But everywhere I put my hand and take up a sample, you can see the leaf there, but pretty much most of those scraps would not be recognizable now. And in another couple of weeks, that will all be completely broken down into what will be pretty much finished vermicompost that I'll be able to use. Normally what I do though is I leave it standing for a couple of months to let the psychrophilic bacteria carry on breaking down, and to allow any cocoons that I may have missed to hatch, and I can get the worms out. So I hope that answered the question if you wondered why we bother to reduce the volume the way we do when we're feeding worm trays and small worm bins. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Down.